Welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into a figure who really turns the tables on divinity itself, Circe. You might know her as a witch, but her story starts much higher up.
Daughter of a titan, Helios, sun god himself. But she makes this incredible choice.
To leave it all behind. Immortality, power, the whole divine setup.
For mortal life,
Yeah.
messy, fragile human life. It's quite the arc.
Absolutely. And we've got some rich narrative sources here that really flesh out that journey.
Yeah, they track her from basically being this overlooked nymph in a pretty terrifying family to becoming this powerful Pharmekis, a witch who ultimately finds her freedom by, well, confronting the gods and choosing something entirely different.
Okay, let's start with that family, because terrifying feels like an understatement. Her father, Helios.
The sun god. All glorious and golden, but the sources warn you, however gold he shines, do not forget his fire.
He demonstrates that pretty clearly, doesn't he? That story about the log.
Oh yeah, turns it to ash, instantly, just to make a point. It's raw, scary power, and that's the background radiation of her childhood.
And her mother, Perse, an ocean nymph. She sounds like quite the character, too.
Frail but crafty is how she's described, with a mind like a spike-toothed eel. You get the picture.
Definitely not warm and fuzzy. What was her angle in marrying Helios?
Status. Pure and simple. The sources say she basically forced the marriage or nothing, because she craved the position, the envy of her sisters, the fancy amber beads. It was all transactional.
So Circe's growing up in this atmosphere of fear, arrogance, and social climbing among gods.
Exactly. Even the family get-togethers sound awful. Titans like Oceanos and Selene whispering, trying to stir up Helios against Zeus. It's all politics and grudges.
A great chain of fear, as the source puts it.
That's it. Everyone's afraid of someone higher up. And Circe sees the consequences firsthand really early on with Prometheus.
Prometheus. Chained up in her father's halls before his, eternal punishment begins.
Right. And Circe, showing maybe a flicker of something different, brings him nectar. A small kindness.
But it's what her brother Aedes points out that's key, isn't it?
Yes. Aedes tells her something crucial. Prometheus knew it was coming. He was a god of prophecy. He foresaw the eagle, the liver, all of it.
And he did it anyway. Chose defiance, chose helping mortals, knowing the horrific cost.
That must have hit Circe hard. This idea that maybe, just maybe, defying the system was worth, anything.
It plants a seed, and then she finds the means for her own defiance.
The pharmaca. These powerful herbs.
Tell us about those. They sound unique.
They really are. Kind of secret knowledge. Herbs that grew, sometimes from spilled god blood that Zeus used against Kronos. Aedes realized they could work wonders upon the world.
Wonders or disasters. Because the first big use, it gets messy.
Oh yeah, classic story. She falls for a mortal, Glaucus.
The sailor. He tells her about human suffering, poverty, toil, things unknown to gods.
And she wants to keep him, elevate him. So she uses a pharmaca, this flower sap, to make him a god, thinking it'll reveal his truest self.
And his truest self turns out to be
a jerk, basically, an entitled god. He immediately ditches Circe for the nymph Scylla.
Ouch. So divinity didn't improve him, it just amplified his worst traits.
Precisely. And Circe, she doesn't react well.
No. This is where her own power turns dark.
Scylla. In a total fit of jealous rage, she admits later it was selfish from a bitter heart. She uses the pharmaca again.
But this time on Scylla, in her bathing cove.
And transforms her into, the Scylla we know, the monster. 6 heads, 12 feet, endlessly hungry. She uses her power for revenge.
And the fallout, does she get away with it?
Not quite. She confesses to Helios, maybe hoping for something. Understanding.
She doesn't get it.
No. He gives her a taste of that fire she was warned about, leaves her raw and blackened. It's brutal.
And then the high gods step in. Exile.
To Ainaya, a deserted island. They think the worst thing for an immortal is loneliness, being deprived of their divine presence.
The irony being
that isolation is exactly what frees her. Aya becomes her sanctuary, her school.
She has to learn basic survival, right? Things gods never worry about.
Totally, like starting a fire with flint, like she saw Glaucus do. Mortal skills. And she starts experimenting with her magic differently. Not just raw power, but craft.
Her first successful spell. Wasn't it something small?
Yeah. Changing an acorn into a wild strawberry. It's about process, learning, not just divine command. She's finding herself alone on this island.
Until her brother Aedes shows up again.
Right. After she's gained this reputation as a witch of Pharmekis, and he just mocks her regret about Scylla.
What's his take?
Pure Titan pragmatism. He says Scylla's better off as a monster, because now she has teeth, she can take what she wants, grab all the glory her teeth can snatch.
Well, power is the only thing that matters, even if it makes you a monster.
That's the divine worldview she's starting to reject. Aya's teaching her something different, and that attracts different kinds of visitors. Mortals.
Like Daedalus, the craftsman.
The source notes he's used to gods and witches too. He seems to recognize something unique in her.
And he needs her help, doesn't he? With the Minotaur, her sister Pasiphae's son.
Yeah, the tragic creature Minos keeps as a trophy, demanding human sacrifices. Daedalus is building the labyrinth, but needs more.
And Circe helps.
She does. But notice how. She doesn't just kill it or dominate it. She creates a containment spell, binds its hunger for most of the year.
Mitigating suffering, helping Daedalus make the labyrinth work. It's constructive.
It's a completely different way of using power than anything she grew up with. More about balance, less about domination.
And then, the big arrival. Odysseus.
Wily Odysseus himself. Polymedes, Polytropos, Polylitless, man of many wiles, many turns, much enduring. He washes up seeking catharsis, purification.
He's heard of her, clearly. He comes prepared.
Oh yeah, he has the moly herb from Hermes. Protection against her spells. He anticipates her power.
So she turns his men into pigs. But Odysseus resists.
Right, it's this standoff, a meeting of equals in a way, which, perhaps inevitably,
leads to them becoming lovers.
And that union has consequences. Prophecies, a child.
Telegonus, their son, a mortal child.
And that mortality becomes Circe's Achilles' heel in a way the gods could never understand, because suddenly she has something truly precious and truly fragile to protect.
And the gods notice. Athena, especially.
Athena is furious about Odysseus' journey, and she targets the son Telegonus, who's fated to kill his father, Odysseus. It's all getting very tangled and dangerous.
The divine world is closing in on her again, threatening the one connection she truly values.
So Circe does something unthinkable for an immortal. She seeks out danger, potential eternal pain to protect her mortal son.
She goes after Trigon's tail, the ancient sea god's weapon.
Deep down to the ocean floor, and Trigon sets this impossible condition.
To get the poisoned tail, she has to prove she's willing to endure its poison herself.
Exactly. She has to be willing to cut into her own flesh, right above the venom sac. Trading, as Trigon puts it, eternal pain in exchange for a few more mortal years for your son.
An act of self-sacrifice, self-destruction almost, that no god would ever consider.
But Circe is willing. She's changed. Her willingness to embrace pain limitation for love that satisfies Trigon, she gets the weapon.
And fate runs its course. Telegonus sails to Ithaca
with the spear she made using the tail.
And accidentally kills Odysseus, fulfilling the prophecy.
Which then brings Telemachus, Odysseus' other son, and Penelope, his wife, to Aiaia. Mourning, but finding refuge with Circe and Telegonus.
So she's faced monsters, prophecies, the deep sea. What's left?
The source of her original exile, her father, Helios.
The final confrontation.
And this time she has leverage. She's not just a scared nymph anymore. She's learned the game.
She threatens him.
Oh, yeah. She threatens to expose all his secrets, his tiptoeing treasons, the simmering Titan plots against Zeus. She uses their own fear against them.
Holding that chain of fear hostage herself.
Perfectly put. She tells him, essentially, I'm done with you. I'll do as I please. Don't count me as your child anymore.
And it works. He backs down.
He has to. The threat is too great. Her exile is over, not because she's forgiven, but because she's too dangerous to oppose directly. She blackmailed the son.
Incredible. So she's free. Truly free. She has her island, her found family with Telegonus, Telemachus, Penelope. She has her power recognized and respected, even feared. What now?
This is the ultimate choice. She has everything an immortal might want. Freedom, power, security. And she rejects it.
How?
She goes back to the pharmaca. That original potent sap from the blood flowers, the stuff that made Glaucus a god.
But she takes it for herself.
Yes. To do the opposite, to shed her divinity, to become mortal, to choose the messy, finite, fragile life she's come to value alongside Telemachus and Penelope.
Wow. Trading eternity for it. What connection?
Maybe all of that. She leaves behind the rigidity, the coldness, the fear that defined the gods she knew. She chooses vulnerability.
It's a complete inversion of everything she was born into, from this minor goddess in a cruel hierarchy.
To a powerful witch who defines her own terms, finds value in humanity, and chooses limitation over endless static godhood.
Which brings us back to that observation Circe makes herself in the sources about the gods.
Yeah, that they're more dead than anything, for they are unchanging and can hold nothing in their hands.
Immortality as stagnation, as a kind of death in life, because nothing ever truly changes or matters in the same way.
Right. So the question we're left with, maybe for you to think about, is this. If immortality means being trapped in that kind of unchanging, fearful state,
Is the real power, the ultimate act of self-definition, actually found in choosing limits, in embracing change, even if that change includes an end? It certainly makes you look at mortality differently.